I'm going to be sharing about removing codependency from your business so that you can get exponentially better results, and you can also serve people from a much more service-oriented place rather than an ego, scarcity, sticky, attachment-based place. All right, so stick through this video. I'm going to share a few very powerful principles for you to release codependency in your business. Now, why I believe this is so important is because our business, everything in our life is a reflection of our heart. But especially when it comes to something as intimate as your business, it is a very reflection of your vision, your service, your desire to help people, the goodness that you possess inside. And along with that, there's going to be a mixture. There's going to be the part of you that really wants to serve and help others, and then there's going to also be the human part of you that wants to be validated and acknowledged and accepted and said yes to and successful and have your financial goals all be met, and kind of all that is mixed together in the packaging of your business. And it especially is going to be shown when it comes time for people to pay you and for you to have those conversations with clients, for them to sign up with you. And I'm going to lay out a bunch of different ways that that shows up and how we can begin to reverse engineer that so that we're not just operating from the ego part of us that is needy, but rather we're showing up from a very genuine and powerful place of service, which will inevitably attract a very much higher level of ideal client for us, and also relieve anxiety on our end and help us show up from a much higher level ourselves. All right, so notice your codependency in your attachment to your potential client saying yes, and aversion, which means the avoidance, or you don't want them to say no and you really want them to say yes. You're leaning in, you really want to make it happen. The sweet spot here is a kind of neutral place where your level of yes to them has to equal their level of yes to you. All right? If they want what you have way more than what you want, then your desire to work with them, there's an issue. And if you want to work with them way more than they want to work with you, that's also an issue. And so if someone is kind of going down the road of telling you why they can't do it, and you're really clinging on to that or avoiding them saying no, or really, oh, well, but you can do it because of X, Y, and Z, and here's how we can figure it all out, and you kind of go into this chasing mode, I want you to take a step back and realize that you created your business for one reason, and that is to serve. Now, whether you serving this person involves them hiring you or not, you want to show up to your ideal client in a way that is free from the codependency of needing them to say yes or avoiding them saying no. All your job is, as a potential teacher, a potential coach, a potential guide of this person, is to facilitate clarity. And your detachment has to be, I'm here to serve you and help you get clarity, whether that involves working with me in the future or not. I want the outcome for you to, for your life to be that you're thriving, right? And that you know what your next steps are through our interaction. Of course, we want to get yeses, but we also have to be detached, or else all this codependency and stickiness comes in. And then what happens is you get clients who actually are not full yeses, and that never works out very well either, and I'm sure you've noticed that. Second, notice your codependency in your process if you're staying on the call too long. Okay, I personally believe that if your price point is like less than 20K, you should only be on the phone for like 30 to 45 minutes. And if you need to have a second call, that's also like 15 to 30 minutes, great. But if you're staying on the phone for too long, it is again that sort of attachment to them saying yes, and you believing that more time means more service or more depth. I personally believe that when you get on a call with somebody, immediately going deep with them into the most important parts of their lives and what they want and what's blocking them in life is the deepest way to immediately show somebody that you care. And the kind of chit-chatting, stalling, talking, none of that is going to get your client closer to clarity. It's just kind of something that we do sometimes to make ourselves feel more comfortable and to avoid possibly getting rejected, and to feel like we're really providing a lot of value. But I've had conversations that lasted 15, 20, 30 minutes that were deeply, deeply meaningful and life-changing for people. And that meant that I had to lead with depth, okay, and not stay in the call for too long. The too long kind of thing means you're really attached to them saying yes, and you're just kind of dragging it along until you get the result that you want. But most likely it's a no, and you could have done your job a lot better way earlier on in the conversation. All right, number 3 is noticing your codependency. If you're feeling like you are chasing this person, working hard, or trying to convince them. All right, this is kind of feeding off the others, but it also has a few distinctions. So the sweet spot you want to be in when you're speaking to your client, again, is that neutral place. Do I like this person? Now, you don't have to like this person as like a bestie material, right? Like, it's not a bestie application that you're taking somebody through, but rather, do I feel excited about the challenges that they're experiencing? Do I feel excited about their goals and their aspirations and their desires? Would I enjoy working with them? Would they enjoy working with me? Right? If their energy doesn't match up with yours, or yours with theirs, then release the need to control and chase and work hard and convince, and just, it's a very simple exercise. When you notice yourself gripping and working hard, someone who wants to work with you, it shouldn't be very hard for you to have that conversation. It shouldn't feel like chasing. It shouldn't feel like convincing. And you can remind yourself of this fact by reminding yourself when someone just knew they wanted to work with you and it was very easeful for them to make that decision, and knowing that there's many other people out there that you have or have not met yet that it will also be easy with. All right? That's number 3. Number 4 is noticing your codependency in your process if you lower your price to accommodate their lack of urgency so that you can make it work. This is a tricky one. I believe this is appropriate when the ticket price is getting higher, when it's 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 20,000, whatever the ticket price is, the higher it is. I believe as a coach and as a guide and as a teacher, your job is to show them what is possible in life and believe in this person that they can make whatever change it is that they're hiring you for. When you lower your price, you're like, oh yeah, I believe that you could make all these amazing changes in your health or your business or whatever it is, but I don't think you could afford me. All right? When you lower the bar, you disempower the potential to help them raise their bar. Okay? When you lower your bar by lowering your price, you disempower your client. You disempower their potential that allows them to help them raise their bar on what they want and raise the urgency level on what they want in their life. Okay? Everyone will find the money for what they are truly urgent for and what they truly desire. Now, if you just from the joy of your heart want to give a scholarship or give something for free or whatever it is, that is always an option, but it shouldn't be, in my opinion, to make it work with somebody. Okay, because either one of two things is happening. They're selling you all the reasons that they can't do it, or you can show them how they can do it, and you can be their well-wisher, their ally, and kind of create a roadmap for them on how to find the finances to actually make it work and how you can support them in actually making this big decision for their life. All right, number 5, you cannot mess it up with those who are meant to work with you. You cannot mess it up with the people who are meant for you, your business, your life. Okay, so there's nothing that you can say to get someone to work with you who is not meant to work with you. And there's nothing you can say to get those who are meant to work with you to not work with you. Okay, of course, barring whiling out and really being offensive to somebody. But there's no script or specific thing that you can say to mess it up with the people who truly are all in about working with you. And basically they've already decided. There's nothing you can say to mess that up, right? And there's nothing you can say to people who already are not meant for you and not meant for your work, there's nothing you can say to those people to force them to work with you, okay? Nor should you want to. That's another way codependency can show up. And then you get, again, people who are not fully in. Even if you get them to pay you, you won't feel good about it, all right? And they won't feel good about it, and nobody will feel good about it. You want people who are a full yes to you and who you are a full yes for as well, okay? So in conclusion, I want you to maintain your commitment to your financial goal and your aspirations and your business growth and your programs while simultaneously releasing your client from all expectations of meeting those goals for you, okay? You need to meet your financial goals, but this person doesn't have to be the one to meet it for you. Your client's never responsible for your financial goal. You are. And unless you remove all these layers of codependency, your client's going to feel it on an energetic level, and immediately their subconscious mind is going to tell them to escape the conversation, tell you all the reasons why they can't do it. And I'm sure you felt that in a conversation too, where someone's not really listening to you. They just want you to do something for them. They want to get something out of you. And even if your words are not particularly saying that, if your energetics are saying that, your clients are going to feel it. So implement these principles. Let me know what you think, and go get it.